Welcome back, YouTube family. And on this one today, this is just a appreciation to all frontline workers and mainly educators. My client today is an educator. He's a high school teacher. I believe he teaches either pre-cal or regular calculus in high school. And we're just going to comb through his hair, and we're going to go ahead and lower his hair. He's like I said, he's a teacher. He's very conservative. He's a classic man, so we're just going to go against the grain. Just give him a classic taper. So yeah, the title of this one's going to be Classic Taper. I'm just going to show you the general steps when completing a taper fade. So you want to lower the hair to the desired length. As we're doing, he wants it short, and we're going to do a 1.5 against the grain all over. And we're going to give him a mid taper. And again, just shout out to all the frontline workers, myself included, because I'm also taking the risk being in the barber shop. I hate to toot my own horn, but mainly the teachers on every level, from the elementary school level teachers, you're getting the young minds ready and getting them interested into learning. To the middle school level teachers, you're just basically keeping the kids on point and keeping them focused. To like my client, he's at high school level. At this point, you're still trying to keep them on track, but you're also trying to motivate them to go further. So salute to all the teachers and principals and just educators, period. So even though I'm going against the grain, I'm still combing and making sure that all the hair is nice and even. All right, so now I'm about to begin my first guideline. So notice I put it in kind of a weird little rainbow shape. That's just so I can give a burst effect on the taper. I'm gonna do it on both sides. And when we started off, he said he wanted to keep his C cup. So that's another reason I put the first line in the way I did, and like a almost rainbow shape, just so I could make sure I keep his C cup and keep that line nice and dark. And that just lets you know not to go up to that point. And in the back, I have him look down at the floor, and I put the line in the same little fashion in a rainbow or a arch motion type of shape. You can see a little bit better right there, and see, there it goes. So by putting it in this type of rainbow shape, like I said, it conserves the C cup line, and then in the back of his head, it'll put more emphasis on his edge up on the sides, and you'll still see the taper fade blend as well. So right now I have creating, on this one I made sure I put zone. So first fade zone, the blade is always open. Now every barber does this differently. I like to create the second fade zone or second guideline with my number 1 all the way open. And when I'm blending and fading, I do open and close. I don't go in the middle. I see right there, I just closed it. And I'm just using the corners. Okay, like it says, I'm just blending now in between zones. I'm just opening and then closing the lever. Now the reason I'm only using 2 guards on this one is because I took his hair down against the grain with the 1.5. And I did it with the metal detachable guard. The detachable guards are pretty much true to the desired length. So when you use detachable guards, they tend to remove more hair as well. Okay, now I have the blade completely off and I'm just focusing on that last little line, and I'm just going open to close using the corner. Stretching the skin, as you can also see with my thumb, and I'm just attacking that first line I put in. And when you're trying to remove the lines out of your client's hair, always start below the line and then come up to the line. And I'm sorry, I have to stretch the skin, so that's why my arm, my elbow is in the way. Now I'm just detailing. I have the number 1 guard back on, and I'm going from open to close, open to close. I'm just blending away any lines of demarcation that I may have. Once I'm satisfied, I turn them around to the back and we repeat the process again. I'm going to start with the adjustable lever all the way open. Alright, now I have the number 1 guard attached and I still have the lever all the way open. It may look like I'm using the full blade, but I'm actually only using the corners. So maybe the first 3, maybe 4 teeth. Now I'm stretching, and I also close the lever. And as you get more practice cutting hair, a lot of times you'll move the lever so fast that you may not notice it. It's just going to become second nature to you. Now I have the 0.5 or a half guard attached, and again I start with it open and then I close it as needed. So what that really means is you want to start with the lever open as you're trying to blend out different darker areas. And it's like erasing something off a piece of paper. You're gradually removing something. You don't want to go in with the lever closed because it may remove too much hair. So that's why you always want to start with the lever open. And then you close it. Now I remove the half guard, and now I'm just going to open and close. So again, all that means is I'm going to start to the left, work my way to the right with it open, and if I feel like it didn't remove enough hair, then I close it. Now if you feel like closing the lever removes too much hair for you, you can always place the lever in the middle or just right before close. Just have it slightly open still. All right, just doing some more detailing. So I briefly put the number 1 back on. Okay. Now I'm satisfied with the taper. Now it's time to prep his edge up line. So I'm using holding spray, and then I'm gonna comb his hair down. And that holding spray will keep his hair in place. And that's what helps give the nice, sharp, crisp line. If you don't have holding spray, you can also use alcohol, a little water, and shampoo. That's just another trick. Once again, that's alcohol, a little water, and some shampoo. Now my other videos, if you've been following me thus far, you know I always start with a vertical bar because that's usually the one I struggle with. So you see I knock the vertical bar out, and I also do his C-cup. But as I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't really like the C on this taper. And what I edit out is I show him and he's like, yeah, let's just fade it out. I thought the taper would look better and more nice and classic and clean without the C. But ultimately, it comes down to what the client likes. So as a barber, you may like it one way, but your client has the ultimate say so. And I just love these Gold FX, these Babyliss trimmers. I hate I waited so long to purchase these. And again, I didn't do any modifications. I just zero gapped them. And you see that they put a line on my clients like I use a razor. Nice sharp lines. There you see with my thumb, I'm stretching his forehead in the center, and I'm just knocking out that vertical bar. When I use a reference point on vertical bars, I use the corner of the eyelid or the eyebrow, and that's why I use as my guide when I put that vertical bar in. And then I just go back from the center, work my way back over, and connect the lines. All right, here's the look. We're finished, and see, it came out real nice without that C-cup. Thanks for watching. This is Junior. Hope everybody learned something from this. And again, shout out to all my educators.